Hey guys, welcome back to Embers and Ash. My name's Ashley, if you didn't know, and today I wanted to talk about what I didn't expect from, I guess like parenting a 1-year-old or the 1-year-old stage of motherhood, if that makes sense. I was thinking maybe I wouldn't film this because as you get further along in motherhood, you kind of, just take things as they come, and maybe you don't need insight on what it's like to have a 1-year-old. But I really was caught off guard the way things panned out, just comparing what my thoughts were in the newborn phase. So yeah, I'm hoping this can help someone out who's just entering motherhood so they know what to expect and aren't caught off guard so much. The first thing I didn't expect was for sleep to stabilize so well. Like, Rook learned how to sleep through the night fairly early on, and that's not really what I'm talking about. It's more of how easy naps are now and bedtime. Like, I didn't expect how easy it would be to put Rook down to sleep. He rarely ever cries. He usually knows it's coming, and we don't have a crazy routine. We don't have a routine at all. Like, I know some parents do a full routine with their kids, and that's wonderful for you. I'm not that kind of person. So for naps, I just tell him it's nap time, put him in a sleep sack, and he goes down. For bedtime, he gets his teeth brushed, and then same thing, he just gets put down, and he's so okay with it. And I just thought that like naps and bedtime would always be a struggle because they don't want to sleep, and maybe it's just my child, but it was a real relief having it be so easy. The second thing I didn't expect was how helpful sign language has been. We've been trying to teach Rook sign language since like 6 months. We knew he wouldn't pick it up that earlier, but that's when we started. And you guys know over the past couple weeks he's really started to pick up on it, and the difference in tantrums is so noticeable because, as you can expect, he can actually like not verbalize, but communicate his needs. And I knew sign language was helpful for kids, and that's why people did it, but before he was picking up on it, it was so much harder to get through a day without tears. And now, like I said, it's just so much easier getting to actually know what he needs and respond to it. So yeah, I just didn't expect how drastic that change would be. Something I really didn't think would happen was that I would start to resent routines. As your kid gets older, things are a bit more predictable. Everything is still up in the air with children, but your life becomes a bit more predictable and you have more of a set routine, especially with the amount of naps going down. Like, Rook is doing 1 nap a day now. And it's good because it's predictable, but it's really hard feeling like you've lost the spontaneity in your life, the freedoms in your life, and like, yes, you can work around naps, like make them earlier, push them back a bit if you need, but it still is hard always having the clock running in your head. And the reason why it's different at the 1-year stage is because in that first year of life, I was striving so hard to have that stability and that routine, because it also is hard having your whole life up in the air and your child changing every month. So I'm thankful for the stability, but it still can drive me a bit crazy having everything just kind of the same every day, like Groundhog's Day. I also really didn't expect to be such a homebody, and you would think that I would say that in his first year of life, but it's really been more now. Well, okay, so like maybe not, because the pandemic changed everything. I have been questioning a lot lately what changes have been made to my life because of the pandemic and what's because of becoming a mom, because I kind of imagined myself as a mom different. But anyways, I became a homebody because we all kind of had to, but I tried the best I could to still get out and, you know, live my life as per usual with a newborn, a young baby. And now with it being so much harder to go out and have that spontaneity again with the routine, I just like have adapted and really like being home, which is fine, but it just kind of sometimes makes me sad about like the previous Ashley, who used to like hate spending a whole day at home and like wanting to go out and such. But maybe that's just like me needing to adapt because that's what life is like right now, especially not going to work every day. I need to be okay with spending time at home. And on that note, I also didn't expect how hard it would be to go out. This is one of my bigger things that I didn't expect, because I was so scared of leaving the house with a newborn before I actually had a newborn, because I thought they're too unpredictable, too many cries, I don't know how to parent, I just didn't want to leave the house. Turns out that is the easiest time to leave the house is with a newborn, as long as they're not colicky and that kind of thing. Now it's like dealing with a toddler that wants to run around and isn't easily entertained. Like when I had a 6-month-old, I could just give him a teether in the stroller and he was fine, or he'd be sleeping in his car seat, that kind of thing. And now it's just hard to go out and enjoy myself. Even if it's just running errands, it's hard to have it not be stressful. So that's been a real bummer. And I think it would have been easier to adapt to it if I had known that this was coming. But yeah, it's just harder to leave the house. On a lighter note, I had no idea how much more fun motherhood would be at the 1-year mark and onward until who knows when. But I always was like, I've never been like, I tell people this and they don't believe me, but I've never been a super maternal person. Like years ago, I didn't even know if I wanted kids. But I've always loved babies, like they're cute, right? Like you can't hate babies. So I always thought that I would love the baby phase and then kind of like not be so in love with the years after, if that doesn't sound too harsh. But this is so much more fun. Like, yes, Rook can be a handful like every other child, but it's so cool to see his personality developing, seeing him be a little cheeky, a little funny, and just learning so much every day is way better than a blob on the ground that just like looks around. Like, yeah, babies are cute, but that's kind of all they got going for them. Like, Rook is a good time. I like hanging out with that kid. I didn't realize there was gonna be so many things I didn't expect, because I really thought like after, you know, a year of life with a child, I would kind of know what's going on. No. I didn't expect there to be so much more social pressure on your child's development, or at least maybe it's just the way that I'm perceiving it. But with like crawling and sitting up and neck strength and rolling over, I didn't really like give much thought to it when people are asking like, oh, are they doing this? Are they doing that? And it's like, well, whatever, they're just gonna develop when they develop. Like they're gonna roll over whenever they roll over. But now I feel like in a way I'm playing a role in my child's development, and if I'm not doing enough, then they're gonna be delayed, which I know like isn't the case, but something about the 1-year mark, I feel a lot more pressure for like walking and talking. Rook started walking at a year, so that pressure I didn't really feel, but I know that a lot of other parents will feel that pressure. Talking, I feel a lot of pressure about, like, your kid's supposed to know so many words at a certain point. And that's the one where I really feel like, am I not doing enough? But I know like every kid's different and they learn words on their own terms. And now that Rook knows sign language, I do not care. I don't care when he learns to talk, because I can communicate the basics with him, so we don't have any stress over that. But also, I was at Josh's work the other day, and one of his coworkers brought in his 1-year-old or 1.5-year-old who knew how to high five and fist bump. And then when I came in with Rook, everyone was trying to high five Rook, and Rook had no idea how to do it. And I felt so guilty that I didn't teach this to my child. And like now, a couple weeks later, he knows how to do it. It's like, it doesn't matter, but something about this stage, I feel so guilty when he doesn't know how to do things that other kids know how to do. And the last thing I didn't expect, I don't know if I didn't expect it because I didn't really think about it too much. No, I really think I just didn't expect this. I didn't expect life would be so much busier now than with a newborn. I thought figuring out sleep and wake windows and nursing would be way busier, but man, like, and I've heard other moms online talk about this because it sounds stupid, I think it does, unless you're a mom in it, but like, every morning, changing diapers, prepping food, cleaning up the food, brushing teeth, getting toys out, cleaning up toys, like a 3-month-old, 6-month-old, they just kind of play with their toys in one area. A 1-year-old brings the toys all over the house, the blankets all over the house, pushes stools all over the house. Like, it's just so much more, this might sound dumb, it's so much more work taking care of a toddler, and I just really didn't think about it too much, I guess, or just didn't understand what was gonna happen. But like, it's a lot of little things every day, and it can really kind of eat away at you sometimes. Like I said, the whole Groundhog Day thing. But yeah, I just didn't expect how busy it is. And I have 1 kid. I have 1 child, and I feel very busy. Can't wait for more. Anyways, those are all the things I didn't expect from having a 1-year-old. I hope that didn't scare you off too much, because there is a lot of good in this, but I think it really is the more negative things that stick with me, you know? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have a 1-year-old and what you didn't expect. Let me know if you have a 2-year-old and what you didn't expect, because that will actually help me out a lot. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!